Hey guys, it's Sportspective,
And I'm Skayzzz.
and welcome back to the ISO Paradox podcast, episode number two.
Today we've been diving in 8 teams and 4 matchups, starting with the Bucks and Pacers, going out west to the Nuggets and Clippers, coming back east to the Knicks and Pistons, and our final game, the Lakers and the Timberwolves. These are first game playoff matchups. Take it away.
All right, guys, let's talk about the third game today, the Pistons versus the Knicks. And I told you that the Knicks would prevail today. They had a huge fourth quarter comeback to win 123 to 112 against the Pistons in a big game one at the Garden. And listen, I know Brunson had a big game, so all the Knicks fans out there, don't come for me. But I truly believe that OG Anunoby was by far the best player today. You know, dropping 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 steals, right? And you're picking up the best player on defense every single possession. And Cade had a tough time. He he doesn't have experience in the playoffs. We've talked about this before, right? And shooting 38% from the field, 25% from three, that all showcases how little of experience he had. And the lights were a little too bright for him today.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Spective. I think the first half, Tobias Harris is the best player in that entire game. His legacy game for the Pistons when K didn't show up, gee, I can't lie. OG had a good game,
hey, hey,
not like
hey,
Harris.
is he looking better than Butler now? Is it
Hey,
fair to say?
is it Harris over Butler?
Is it Harris over Butler? Right?
I don't know who won game one of their series.
Uh-huh. I don't
Yeah,
know. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah,
yeah.
no. Harris had a really good game for the Pistons today.
And not only Harris on the team, like Beasley, Hardaway, these are guys expected to shoot well, and they did. They performed well. The first 3 quarters for the Pistons were good. It's just that fourth quarter that
So why
bites
why do
in
you
the
why do
ass.
you still why do you still like I don't get that. Why do you still why do you believe that this team is better than the Knicks? Like this doesn't today's game show
Mhm,
you their lack of experience and what happens? Like they missed timely shots, right?
mhm,
They had
mhm,
bad turnovers.
mhm,
These are costly. Like I know the Knicks are not good against great teams. The
mhm,
Pistons are not a great team, right?
mhm,
At the end of the day.
mhm.
I don't know what you believe in
I
them
b-
for.
for Cade Cunningham to go out there and not play the best, how I thought Cade Cunningham would play against the Knicks. And again, this is game one, so we could say so much about it. We can't really like be determining anything, right? I think Cade Cunningham throughout the season is going to be the best player. That's my first reasoning.
Over Brunson.
Over Cat, over
Yeah, but see,
OG.
like that's what I don't understand.
I don't think Jalen Brunson could be that as much as people will say that he's that it guy, and I've seen it in playoff series where he's been
He dropped 34 today. Well,
he's
what else do you
dropped
want? What else do you want the guy to do
he
on
dropped the
a broken ankle too? By the way, like
Mhm.
you know how many times that we
But
watched.
it's
You know
the
how many times he.
Pistons. It
But
they it
that's what
was
I'm
it
trying to
was a
say.
Knicks team. No, but it was a Knicks team that has been in this setting before. Yes, they have a Karl Anthony Towns, and they took it to a close game coming into the fourth. I think the Pistons overall, if this game is any indicator, they
Hmm.
have they have better role players. They have the arguably the best player in the series. I think that Cade Cunningham is not just average point guard in the East like a LaMelo, like a trade that is not going to get anywhere. I
Hmm.
think he's actually a winning point guard and has a team at least to beat in this series or make it competitive. Do I
No,
believe
I
that the
I
Knicks
agree.
could win this series? Of course, they're the more veteran team. They have an overall a clear better starting five than the Pistons, but I just think that I don't believe in the Knicks. Like how I don't believe in the Bucks. Do I believe in the Knicks more than the Bucks? Yes. It's one of those where I just don't believe
So
in the
you
Knicks'
still think that
ability.
the Pistons can take this series?
I think it's gonna be it's,
Because I
it's gonna
know
be a
we
tough
talked
one.
about game one.
Hmm.
It's not the end of the world, right? It's
Hmm.
those games twos that matter. But when you go on a 21-0 run in the
Hmm.
fourth quarter for 4.5 minutes until the other team scores,
It's brutal.
That's brutal, right?
It was brutal.
And you have guys like you mentioned, Beasley, Tim Hardaway. These guys are great players, right? They showed
Mhm.
out today, but in the bright lights, where are they? Where are they to be found? When
The
Cade's
Knicks, the
being,
Knicks haven't showed anything in the bright lights at all either. It
but
one game against in the fourth quarter. Yes, it is game one. I'm telling you, late series games when Tom Thibodeau is playing the hell out of these New York Knicks,
mhm.
they're gonna start faltering. They look tired, and I don't know if it's they play the most minutes from a starter in the entire league. That's the Tom Thibodeau way, right? So I believe
No,
that.
no, I definitely can agree with that. I
Mhm.
think but I think that's more of an
I
issue
think Amen
later down the
Thompson,
line. Later
I,
down the line.
sorry, Asar Thompson,
Hmm.
although he didn't have a game that I expected, and
Hmm.
in his first, I feel like his first year was more, and he got into foul trouble. All the young stars gone,
But
young
that's
people
what
on the
that's my
Pistons.
argument.
Yeah,
That's what my like.
mhm,
It's the Knicks controlling the tempo,
yeah,
right?
hmm
Jalen Brunson knows how to make a guard foul,
hmm
right? He's one of those guys where he's a shorter guy,
hmm
but he has more of like a bigger frame, right? And he
hmm
just uses his body to get contact and draw fouls. And what happened? We spoke about Sar Thompson, foul trouble, right?
hmm
Jalen Duren, foul trouble. Isaiah Stewart, foul trouble, right? These are the guys that provide you the physicality on the team. If you don't have the physicality, if the Knicks don't have, not the Knicks, the Pistons, if the Pistons don't have physicality, what do they have? What do they have?
they
Right? That's their
they have
team.
shooters.
They have shooters,
They have shooters.
but
They
where were the
and
shooters during the 21-0 run?
the shooters were there through the
No,
third quarter,
but
but
when it mattered the
when it
most,
mattered
right?
the most,
Like
yes,
because you have these guys not doing anything,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
Taking contested shots, missing open shots.
mhm,
Asar Thompson missed an open dunk today. Open dunk, wide open,
in the
fast
playoffs.
break, open
Yeah.
dunk, right?
hmm
Big, and that shifted momentum. And then you have somebody, a veteran.
hmm
I don't like him too much, but a veteran, Cameron Payne,
hmm
right? Drops 14 points in 14 minutes and just activates life into that garden, right? In that fourth quarter, three after play, right? So it's like these are all things that I take into consideration when I look at a young team.
hmm
And like at the end of the day, right? Like JB Bickerstaff's a good coach.
hmm
I don't think he should have been fired from Cleveland last year. But he took this team, him and Cade single handedly, brought this team to where they are now. And I respect that. I'm happy for them.
And
But that's it. That's all as far as you go.
but that's what I mean. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this. The New York Knicks, and this is the best. I know regular season we can only take to an extent.
Hmm.
The New York Knicks this year have, I think we can agree, have not met any expectations that we thought. These these New York Knicks were seen as title contenders. We're not seeing them as title contenders. At least I'm not, right? What it
I'm not
so
either. I'm not either.
it's showing the New York Knicks only showed that they don't play good against good teams. Are the Pistons a good team? I think that they're a decent team. I think that they're a team that could get over the hump. I don't see anything that the New York Knicks have shown to take a team like maybe like last year's Cavaliers or like this year's Pacers or last year's Pacers where they're they're on paper the two teams are on two different levels,
Hmm.
but like in
You,
reality,
you don't see it. You don't
because
see it.
I could see a Pacers, a Detroit, a last year's Cleveland beating this Knicks team. So that's really all I
Okay,
have to say
so
about it.
I think what we'll say, we'll put a pin in it.
hmm
We'll see what happens game two.
hmm
All right. When we come back, the end of the series, and the Knicks win in five. All right.
The Knicks win in five. That's
And
crazy.
that's being and I truly believe that Pistons can win a game this series.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe
But
two,
one game?
but maybe
You
two.
think
But
two games?
I just think that Knicks showed today that they
hmm
have what it takes to stop Cade. And I think Cade Cunningham's gonna have a better game. I do believe so, right? He's one of those players. Like
hmm
he's gonna be an all NBA guy. We
hmm
both know that, right? He's in MVP conversations, maybe not top three, four, five, right? But he's there.
I just think when Cade gets it going and those perimeter guys are there, I don't know how New York's defense is going to
Now,
be able to stop
what I
that.
will say, the one thing about the Knicks that I thought was lackluster
Mhm.
was Karl Anthony Towns. I think his on defense especially. Yeah, he got it
Mhm.
going in the fourth quarter. You know, he made some good playmaking moves and stuff. But his defense, I saw Cade go through him. Right, he had one of the plays in the fourth quarter where he dribbles up, two defenders come up, and he just splits the lane,
Mhm.
right, and just goes straight to the bucket. And Towns doesn't even contest, doesn't even foul, doesn't even get in the lane, right? He kind of just stands there. And I
Yeah.
saw Dennis Schroeder get to his spot on Karl Anthony Towns, just drove
And
right
Schroeder should
past
have
him,
had a better game. I'm not
right?
even gonna lie to you. Schroeder should have had a better game, and I expected at least like that role of he's one of the more like experienced guards
Yeah,
on that team, and I think he should have took like a
yeah.
role to like.
I think he will. I think he'll be better in the
Mhm,
series too. Not that he played bad, but just I know what you're trying to say. He should
mhm,
be one of those guys to take charge and stuff. But
because of
listen,
experience.
game two, we'll see. We'll see what
I'm
happens in game
thinking
two.
Pistons in six. You're thinking Knicks in five.
Yeah,
I think I'm right. I think you're wrong.
we'll
So let's
agree to
see what game.
agree
Let's
to
see.
disagree for now.
Yeah.
But I truly think that when you compare two teams like this,
Mhm.
experience beats inexperience every single day.
Mhm. Okay, that's fair.